It's Bitcoin, y'all. I'm your host, Zoom Out. I'm here to talk to you today about concept proof of work. So, little review. Bitcoin is a money, and to be a money, you have to have a record of all the transactions so that you can verify that no counterfeit is occurring. In Bitcoin, every 10 minutes, a new block of transactions is added to the record. So you have one block in the beginning and then a new block every 10 minutes after, and that it connects back to the block before it in a chain. And that's what blockchain technology is. It's a way of recording transactions, it's a way of verifying the money, a way of making sure that no one is counterfeiting or trying to double spend their coins. So the entity or miner, when you hear the term mining Bitcoin, it means that the computer, the machine that physically adds the block every 10 minutes gets paid a reward in Bitcoin. The reward that it gets paid is currently 6 Bitcoins. That decreases, it cuts in half every 4 years. So in a couple of years, it'll be the end of 4 years, it'll go down to 3 Bitcoin. The problem that still existed was that if one group of people, one government or one group of people or one person was awarded the ability to publish the blocks every 10 minutes, then they could take control of the system by getting all the new Bitcoin. And then instead of letting the market determine the price, they could set the price, or they could just hold them and never release them and kill the project. So to make it a fully decentralized system, some things had to occur. One of them is the only way to do it decentralized and fair is to award the ability to publish the block through a lottery system. And that's what then you enter proof of work. So any of the machines, any of the mining machines can publish the block, but which ones get chosen to publish the block every 10 minutes is completely a lottery. So the mining rigs, the actual machines, are designed to do one thing, which is these really intense algorithmic mathematical equations. And they just randomly pick a number and plug it in, and then you get an answer. And they do that over and over and over again. And then the system sets a number at which the value, the answer, has to be less than in order to win the game, the lottery. And then you get the right to publish the block of transactions. And you get paid Bitcoin as a reward. So let's think of an analogy. Imagine there was a scratch-off lottery game where you're just scratching off one number. The numbers that are underneath the scratch-off range from 1 to 1,000. And you have a machine that is designed to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to scratch off these lottery tickets as fast as possible. And just feed the next one in and scratch it off. And so if the number was 100 that you had to be less than, then if you hit 99 to 1, any one of those numbers, then you win the game. And the design of the game is that every 10 minutes you produce a winner. So if one miner is scratching off the tickets and the number set at 100, and every 10 minutes they are winning, on an average of every 10 minutes they are winning the lottery. Now enter 99 more people, so there's 100 different people who have purchased or built a machine to do that, to scratch off the tickets. It's going to be more often that on average someone wins the lottery. So every 1,600 wins, the system will calculate, okay, did it take 10 minutes? If it took less than 10 minutes on average, then that number, which was 100 in this example, is going to adjust down. It might become 80. So now you have to get less than 80. Or if it's taking longer than 10 minutes on average, then the number could adjust up. So some things have happened in the past where, more miners start mining, fighting for the chance to publish the block. And so with more adoption, with more people buying these machines and using them, then the difficulty rate has gotten harder over time. Last year, China banned mining, and there was a lot of miners in China, and they were all shut down at once. So all of a sudden, it was taking longer than 10 minutes because the number of miners mining was significantly less in the world. And what you saw was after 1,600 wins, the number adjusted and became easier, and you saw it go back to that 10-minute block. So it's already proven itself to work in the situation where, there's a steady increase in mining, and where there's all of a sudden a whole bunch of miners that go offline and aren't mining anymore. So it works, and it targets an average of 10 minutes, and it does it automatically. So there's no one person or one group, one government that gets the right to get all the Bitcoin. If you're mining, you have just as much of a chance than if the President of the United States is mining. So then there are something called mining pools. And a quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. So if you decide you want to purchase a miner, they're fairly expensive, and then mine for Bitcoin, then do your own research, decide if that's right for you. But if you were running one in your home, if you wanted, the odds of you winning the lottery are pretty low. I forget exactly what the odds are right now, but call it like 1 in 240,000 or something like that. And that might be off, but it's pretty low. And these machines cost a good deal of money, upwards of anywhere from like $1,000 to $20,000 a piece. And then they consume a lot of energy to run these math equations over and over. And so you have an electrical bill that goes up attached to that. And so to increase your odds of winning, you can join a mining pool. And so this is where, say, 100 or 1,000 or 5,000 miners from all different places over the world enter into a contract together to where if any one of you wins the lottery, then the prize, the ability to publish the blockchain, happens by that miner, but the award of Bitcoin that's paid, the 6 Bitcoin that's paid, gets divided among everyone. And so that increases your odds of having some income coming in from the work that you're doing. And there are calculations out there you can look at on, what type of mining pool would be best to join. I'm not going to get into that. But that gives you a little bit of idea. That's what proof of work is. It's the work. The work that's being done is a way of creating a system that doesn't favor anyone, that keeps it a lottery, random chance on who gets to be paid the Bitcoin, so that one group of people or government or whatever can't take the system over. All right. If you've got any questions, leave a comment below. Thank you for listening today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe. Thanks again, and I'll be back.